In the quiet town of Willowbrook, two boys were the best of friends. One was named Max, and he was 6 years old. The other was Leo, who had just turned 10. They did everything together, played, ate, and spent every day as a team. One sunny afternoon, they ran out of the village, laughing and chasing each other. "You'll never catch me," Leo shouted as he ran ahead with a grin. "Watch me try," Max yelled back, giggling. While they were running, Leo didn't see a deep pit covered by thick grass. Before he knew it, his foot slipped and he fell right in. "Help! I can't swim," he screamed, splashing wildly. Max ran to the edge and froze in shock. His best friend was stuck in the water, fighting to stay up. Max looked around quickly, but there was no one else nearby. The village was too far to call for help. Then he spotted something nearby, a bucket tied to a long rope. Without thinking, Max grabbed it and tossed it into the pit. "Grab it," he shouted. Leo caught the bucket, but Max now had the hard part. The little boy pulled with all his strength. His small hands shook, and his arms hurt, but he didn't stop. He pulled again and again, digging his feet into the dirt. "I won't give up, I won't let go," he told himself over and over. The rope slid a bit, and sweat poured down his face. His heart beat faster than ever. Still, Max didn't give up. With one final pull, he got Leo out of the pit. Both boys fell to the ground, breathing heavily. They looked at each other, and tears filled their eyes. They hugged tightly, not believing what just happened. "You really saved me," Leo whispered. "Of course I did," Max said, trying to smile. "Who would I play with if you were gone?" They sat on the ground, shaking from fear and relief. But then, a new worry filled their minds. "Oh no," Leo said suddenly. "What if our parents find out? We're going to get in big trouble." They sat quietly for a moment, thinking. They were scared, but deep down they knew the right thing to do. They had to tell the truth. So, they ran back to Willowbrook as fast as they could. When they reached the village, they rushed to their families. Excited and out of breath, they told everyone what had happened. But instead of being proud, the people started laughing. "A 6-year-old pulled a 10-year-old out of a deep pit? That's not possible," someone said. "He can't even carry a full bucket of water," another person added. "You two are making up stories again." Max and Leo felt crushed. No one believed them. Except for one person. An old man named Grandpa Ellis stepped forward. He was the wisest and most respected person in the village. He listened carefully to the whole story, then smiled kindly. "The real question isn't how the little boy did it," Grandpa Ellis said. "The real question is why he was able to do it." Everyone stopped talking. The village became quiet. "In that moment," he continued, "there was no one to tell Max he couldn't do it. No one said he was too small or too weak. Not even Max himself. The villagers looked at Max with new eyes. He didn't know he wasn't supposed to be strong enough. So, he simply became strong enough. The only limits we have are the ones we believe in. When no one says, "You can't do it," you'll find a way to do it. It's doubt that makes us weak. It's belief that makes us strong. So always believe in yourself. When nobody tells you that you're too small, too young, or not good enough, you'll surprise everyone, including yourself. Because the moment you stop listening to fear, you'll discover the power that was inside you all along. In a quiet little town called Rosefield, surrounded by soft hills and tall trees, lived an elderly man named Mr. Harold. He kept to himself, often watching the world from behind his dusty window, his eyes filled with memories of a life that had passed him by. Next door lived a cheerful and honest young man named Liam. Every morning, Liam would smile and wave at Mr. Harold, hoping to brighten his day. But Mr. Harold never smiled back. Maybe he felt bitter, or maybe his pride got in the way, but one thing was clear, he didn't like Liam. One morning, out of nowhere, Mr. Harold began saying things to others. "That boy isn't what he seems," he whispered. "He's too clever for his own good. Watch him." At first, no one believed him. But as time passed, the rumors began to spread, like smoke from a small fire. Before long, people in the town were whispering behind Liam's back. Then, one dark night, someone broke into a house nearby and stole some valuable things. There was no proof, but somehow, everyone pointed fingers at Liam. He was taken from his home by the police, accused and embarrassed in front of everyone. Liam's eyes filled with tears, not because he was guilty, but because he couldn't believe what was happening. The same neighbors who once greeted him kindly now looked away in silence. His world had turned upside down, all because of a few careless words. A few days later, the truth came out. The police caught the real thief, a traveler who had only been passing through Rosefield. Liam was proven innocent and set free. But even though he was no longer blamed, things didn't go back to how they were. People still looked at him with doubt in their eyes, like a shadow that wouldn't leave. Liam felt hurt, but he didn't give up. He decided to do something no one expected. He filed a case against Mr. Harold for spreading lies about him. When the day of the hearing came, the courtroom was filled with people. Everyone wanted to know what would happen. The judge, an older man with kind eyes and a calm voice, looked at Mr. Harold and asked, "Did you say this young man was a thief?" Mr. Harold shrugged and replied, "They were just words. I didn't mean to hurt anyone." The judge paused for a moment, then spoke gently. "Before I give my decision, I want you to do something first." He continued, "Write down everything you said about Liam on a piece of paper. Then cut that paper into tiny pieces. On your way home, let the wind carry those pieces away. Come back tomorrow." Mr. Harold looked puzzled, but he agreed. He did just as the judge asked, cut the paper into little bits and let them fly in the breeze. The next morning, Mr. Harold returned to the courtroom. The judge looked at him and said, "Now, before we continue, I want you to go and collect every single piece of that paper you threw into the wind." Mr. Harold's face turned pale. He shook his head slowly and replied, "That's not possible. The wind must have blown them far away. I'll never find them all." The judge nodded and said softly, "Exactly. Just like the words you spoke. Once they're out in the world, you can't take them back. They spread, they stick, and they hurt, whether you meant to or not." Mr. Harold's eyes filled with tears. For the first time, he looked at Liam, not with anger, but with deep regret. His voice shook as he said, "I was wrong, Liam. I said things without knowing the truth. I hurt you. Please forgive me." Liam stood quietly for a moment. He was still hurting, but he gave a small nod. The courtroom was silent. Everyone there had learned something important. Words are powerful. They can lift someone up or tear them down. A simple rumor or careless remark can damage someone's name, peace, and dignity, even if they're innocent. Just like those tiny pieces of paper scattered in the wind, once our words are spoken, we can't get them back. So before we speak, we must pause, think, and choose kindness. Because wounds may heal, but the scars left by words often stay forever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy our motivational stories, please comment on what you learned, and do not forget to like and share. Till next time, bye.